we're going to achieve micro flow in finishing Emily Bronte's poetry, as the book says, we have to keep going, plowing ahead a few pages at a time.
From her fans to all the way events and
We skipped, we were
Bronte.
reading Heraclitus, and we read, we read from Hafez. So now we're back on April's birthday to reading Emily Bronte song. King Julius left the south country, his banners all bravely flying. His followers went out with jubilee, but they shall return with sighing. Loud arose the triumphal hymn, the drums were loudly rolling, yet you might have heard in distant dim how a passing bell was tolling. The sword so bright from battles won with unseen rust is fretting. The evening comes before the noon, the scarce risen sun is setting. While princes hang upon his breath and nations round are fearing, close by his side a daggered death with sheathless points stands sneering. That death took a certain aim, for death is stony-hearted, and in the zenith of his fame, both power and life departed. My God. King Julius. What happened to him? Right when he was powerful, he won the battle, he died.
It happens with all of the great, the powerful
Seems that
ones,
Emily Bronte, in her somewhat gloomy world, the world of Wuthering Heights. Here we go, lines by Claudia. I do not sleep, 'twas noon of day. I saw the burning sunshine fall, the long grass bending where I lay, the blue sky brooding over all. I heard the mellow hum of bees and singing birds and sighing trees. And far away in woody dell, the music of the Sabbath bell. I did not dream remembrance still clasped round my heart its fetters chill, but I am sure the soul is free to leave its clay a little while, or how in exile misery could I have seen my country smile. In English fields my limbs were laid, in English turf beneath my head my spirit wandered over that shore, where naught but it may wander more. Yet if the soul can thus return, I need not and I will not mourn, and vainly did you drive me far. With leagues of ocean stretched between my mortal flesh you might debar, but not the eternal fire within. Weren't we reading about the fire from Heraclitus? Eternal fire within. My monarch died to rule forever. A heart that can forget him never, and dear to me, a doubly dear. Thought shut within the silent tomb, his heart shall be for whom I bear this long sustained and hopeless doom, and brighter in the hour of woe than in the blaze of victory's pride. That glory-shedding star shall glow for which we fought and bled and died.
So much of this death she has to go.
It's got a nice rhyme, even though it's about death.
Every poem is about it.
She's got...
How she endured all that, I don't know.
She has beautiful poetry about death.
Emily was strong, and she was strong in her own way to
she's a strong woman.
To be able to see so keenly in the crepuscule, in a way, the absence of light.
She was admired by Emily Dickinson. From our evening fireside now, merry laugh and cheerful tone, smiling eye and cloudless brow, mirth and music all are flown. Does that mean they went away? Yet the grass before the door grows as green in April rain. That's where we get April in there.
Yeah, I thought you were going to start here and visit.
April. Today is April's birthday, April 7th. And as blithely as of yore, Larks have poured their day-long strain. Is it fear or is it sorrow? Checks the stagnant stream of joy. Do we tremble that tomorrow may our present peace destroy? For past misery are we weeping. What is past can hurt no more, and the glorious heavens are keeping aid for that which lies before. One is absent, and for one cheerless chill in our hearthstone. One is absent, and for him cheeks are pale and eyes are dim. Oh my goodness.
It's a big one.
Arthur brother, Condal shore, arrested from the battle's roar. Arthur brother, we return back to Desmond, lost and mourned. Thou didst purchase by thy fall home for us and peace for all. Yet how darkly dawned that day, dreadful was the price to pay. Just as once through sun and mist I have climbed the mountain's breast, still my gun with certain aim brought to earth the fluttering game. But the very dogs repine, though I called with whistle shrill. Listlessly they lagged behind, looking backward over the hill. Those dogs, sounds like Dale's dogs. Remember his basset hound? Sorrow was not vocal there, mute to their pain and my despair, but the joy of life was flown. He was gone and we were alone. So it is by morn and eve, and so it is in field and hall. For the absent one we grieve, one being absent saddens all. Goodness, it's either sad or it's death or goodness. This poor English woman. Do you see any happiness in that thing? Here we are in April, yet the grass before the door grows as green in April rain, and as whitely as of yore. Larks have poured their day-long strain. At least that's happy.
But we're not writing in a card, though.
Is that a card? Too morbid.
Unless you like to put it on the
YouTube?
Facebook.
Are we doing
Is April on Facebook or not?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long will you remain on Facebook? Says, we're asking. How long will you remain on Facebook? Question. The midnight hour has toiled, the last notes from the minster tower. Come, come, the fire is dead, the lamps burn low, your eyelids droop. A weight is on your brow, your cold hands hardly hold the useless pen. Come morn will give recovered strength again. No, let me linger, let me be on Facebook a little longer in this reverie. I'm happy now, and would you tear away my blissful dream that never comes with day, a vision dearer though false, for well my mind knows what a bitter waking waits behind. Can there be pleasure in this shadowy computer room? In this shadowy room with the windows yawning on intenser gloom, and such a dreary wind so bleakly sweeping round walls where only you are vigil keeping. Beside your face has not a sign of joy, and more than tearful sorrow fills your eye. Look on those woods, look on that heaven lorn, and think how changed they'll be tomorrow morn. The dome of heaven is expanding bright and blue, the leaves, the grass, the green grass sprinkled thick with dew and wet, mist rising on the river's breast, the wild birds bursting from their songless nest, and your own children's merry voices chasing the fancy's grief not pleasure has been tracing. Ah, speak of these, but can you tell me why day breathes such beauty over earth and sky, and waking sounds revive, restore again dull hearts that all night long have throbbed in pain? Is it not that the sunshine and the wind lure from itself the mourner's woe-worn mind? And all the joyous music breathing by, and all the splendor of that cloudless sky, re-give him shadowy gleams of infancy, and draw his tired gaze from futurity. Goodness. We read to page 1, April, to page 165. Emily Bronte, the Worthing Heights author. She has good poetry, though,
Mm-hmm.
even though she should have moved to a better climate.
Mm-hmm.
If she had just moved to...
Yeah, she could, I think,
Didn't she go with her
enjoy,
sister to
yeah.
Italy or something? Why didn't she go with her sister to Belgium? Or did she?
She did for a while.
Mm.
She went to school for a while there, and then she left, and she was happy to be home. She couldn't take it.
She's homesick like Emily Dickinson.
They both liked their homes, their homes.
They like their privacy and their home. We were reading from Emily Bronte.